Hey, what's up, beautiful people? Today is May 28th, and here's your daily energy report. So we have a pretty significant day today, okay? And here's why. We have just about a yod, okay? It's about 2 degrees off, but it's close enough to where I think the energy is going to hit like a yod. So we have the moon in Leo today, right? Sextile over to Mercury, which is now at 0 degrees of Cancer, and which is conjunct the North Node at 29 degrees of Gemini. Now, that's a good aspect, and we have a quincunx over to Saturn, which is still at 1 degree in retrograde in Aquarius, and the moon is quincunx over to Jupiter and Pluto, which is just about conjunct. So these energies are all speaking together, right? Like the energies are close enough to we're all speaking together, and with the moon there, that is developing this yod. This is real. This is getting real. This is getting bringing these feelings of emotion and these feelings of like our destiny in together in structuring and grounding, sort of like, a deep reality check, like, whoa, okay, we're really, whatever it is, whatever's coming up, right, whatever lesson Venus retrograde is teaching you right now, okay, definitely something about money and definitely something about relationships or your relationship with money, and interconnected in many different ways, right? So things are coming up right now, and trust me, everybody's feeling this. There's no way everybody's feeling this, okay? Trust me. And with everybody feeling this, okay, things are coming back into your life, or things are coming into your life that it's a lot's going to be hitting you at once. It's going to be hitting you deep, and it's going to be making you look at like, okay, like, I've had storms or I've had situations like this come in before. I have to go into this feeling or this experience, and I have to approach it a different way, but I don't really know how. That's the North Node. It's going within and not really knowing how to do it and having to listen to the heart, but the mind wants to figure it out. So we may be having this battle here. This is like a lot of like tension, like, I don't know what to do. I don't, like, almost like you don't know where to go, but you got to go somewhere, right? And it's really hitting home. It's really hitting emotionally. Now, the South Node is sort of where we go automatically when we want to sort of duck this feeling, okay? Because this feeling is very uncomfortable because we have to figure it out, but we don't know how. It's like the way that we figure it out is by surrendering to it, which is sort of like paradoxical, right? It's counterintuitive. So we naturally go to the South Node, right? Well, we're the South Node. It's at the galactic center. And this is the most powerful spot in the entire zodiac for, energetically speaking, for where we're sort of, defaulting to, right? And what is Sagittarius? It's the big picture. It's the macro. It's the world. It's all the shit that's going on in the world. So, like when you're trying to figure yourself out, you're trying to go within, Gemini is analysis, going within, right? And now that Mercury is in Cancer, it's going to make it more emotional. By the way, too, Mercury is going to be going retrograde in Cancer here next month. So we're not quite in shadow yet, but we're getting there, and Mercury is going to be slowing down. And so this is really bringing the emotional and the cerebral together in this very, like, it can be auspicious, right? It's very good to be able to work with the left and the right brain simultaneously, but we have to know how to stay centered and ground ourselves. And right now, it's very easily to become ungrounded. So if we just, default to looking at what's going on in the world, which is very easy to do right now, right? Look at all this crazy shit that's going on, all this politics and all this he said, she said, where it's like the whole world's like one big, like gang fight on a friggin' high school playground. Actually, you know what makes me think of back in 1999 for all you older folks out there, right? During Woodstock, right? When nobody could get water, right? They were charging like $8 for a bottle of water. Yes, I was at Woodstock, okay? And so the people at the beer tent started throwing, I can't remember if it was a beer tent or the people that broke the water main, but people broke the water main open, right? And it went down right through the shitters, like there's hundreds of shitters, and it went through that, and people started sliding down it and playing in it, and then somebody started slinging shit-covered mud over to the beer tent, and the beer tent started throwing mud over there, and everybody was just a shitty mess, right? It was literally a shit show, okay? So right now, little bit of a shit show as we're coming into this eclipse season, all right? So, do you really want to be flinging shit at people, like, just to, show that you can fling shit? Why? And that's the talking shit. That's the getting into arguments. That's the looking at all this stuff and having an opinion about it. Really, at the end of the day, who gives a shit? We need to stand in our own power and stand for ourselves. And that means going within, creating our soul tribe, creating our community, going within and discovering who we really are and what we want our purpose to be in this world, right? As we go forward in this life. That situation, that going in the North Node is very uncomfortable right now. Okay, so whatever your default is, it's going to have to do with looking at the bigger picture that's outside of yourself. Okay, now if you have a vision of yourself of where you want your life to be, with a vision, an ultimate vision, that's not the bigger picture that I'm talking about. Okay, we want to be able, journal, write it down, look at the life that we want to create, and then focus on creating it within right now. That's where all this energy is all about. But as we do that, we have issue after challenge after obstacle coming up and just beating us down. It's like, what the fuck? So it's really best, and of course, I get it. It's not the easiest thing to do, especially right now. But we really need to come back into our core, into our center. Like, all right, look, I need to ground. I need to go within myself, and I gotta stop, distracting myself with all these sort of distractions and desire or superficial or superfluous desires, I should say, right? The superfluous, the unnecessary, the out there. So what is it really going to do for your life if you're sitting there on social media and arguing with somebody? Or if you know all this stuff about, if you watched every documentary, all this stuff about the outside world, because the shit's going to change tomorrow. And it's going to change again the next day and the next day. It's going to keep going. So staying up to date and understanding what's going on in the world, yes, very important. Getting engulfed into it and living your life from that place, not a good idea. Okay? So stay centered, stay within. And Leo is about the heart space, right? Leo is about leadership. But Leo in its dark side can be about like ego, right? So we want to stay away from the egocentric, the arrogance, the bitterness, the ego-based stuff that we can get caught in, okay? And just stay in your heart and stay centered and just stay true to your surroundings. The third house, Gemini, is all about your soul tribe, your community in your neighborhood, really. Like, what's really close and comfortable to you? Do you have really good people around you and whatnot, okay? Keep that in mind as we're going through this. So, thank you very much for tuning in. If you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. I definitely appreciate it. And if you would like, please go to my website, spiritualbodybuilder.com, and check out the opportunity community. And if you'd like an astrology reading or download my free ebook, it is right there too. All right, until tomorrow, baby. Mwah. Peace, love, and happiness. Namaste.